Hey everyone, welcome back to another stream of Bannerlord with Demon 16. So before we get started, what I actually want to talk about is the new Bannerlord Online update. So some of y'all have already heard me talk about Bannerlord Online. I've been playing it offline. So in the vanilla game campaign that I've been running, I mention it every once in a while. And here is the latest on this. So for those of you that don't know, Bannerlord Online is a mod that allows players to play online. There are four main servers. That is the Euro 1, I think Euro 2, the Asian, or I think it's called Chinese, but it's pretty much an Asian server, and the North American server. It is not the same as vanilla. So the traits are different. The skills and the economy still have some work to be done. And the factions, kingdoms, castles, all of that's different. So one of the main concerns or complaints that people have had is that we still don't have castles. That is like the big item that everybody's looking forward to. And what the developers just told us yesterday at 10 a.m. is that they are, one, players have been asking for a roadmap, a public roadmap to tell us where the game stands, what they're working on, what's next, and here are some of the things that they mentioned. For February, what they want to do is improve server performance, so they've rented more powerful servers to reduce the load on it and delays. As you can see, when more than 400 people are playing on the server at the same time, it causes some issues. PvP battles. So there are excessively long PvP battles, up to 90 minutes or sometimes even more. What happens is sometimes a player's army will get killed, but the player is still alive or the captain is still alive. And what they'll do is they'll snipe the captain, kill the other captain, and then kind of kite around the NPC army, killing them one by one, leading to these excessively long battles, and the other player is just online watching their troops get killed in spectator mode. So one of the things that they want to do, or that they did, was actually bring in stamina for horses, which is not part of the vanilla game. And there was a lot of uproar about that, so they modified it and reduced the fatigue stamina impact that it had, but they're going to tinker around with it. They're going to keep adjusting the stamina characteristics, and they're looking at adding a new retreat mechanic to the battlefield. So this should help with those issues. There's some map imbalance, so there's additional content that you don't see in vanilla. In Azrai, farther to the south, you have the Wildlands. That was the first big expansion with the Antique Master Collection quest with 3 levels of bosses. They recently added the the Frostlands in the north, so Sturgia has access to that. I believe it's only one way in, one way out. So for Sturgian clans, that is a big boost or big power dynamic that they have in being able to control that entrance. Lagging has been an issue, or character synchronization. So sometimes you'll be playing captains or in PvP, and a character will, kind of teleport in and out due to the lag. So that's been frustrating, and they're looking to resolve that. Work is already in progress. Infantry units are actually not used that often in the game, except as meat shields. Personally, I think part of that will kind of solve itself by sieges, because that's really where in vanilla you tend to use them. But even then, I think that yes, range units are kind of the way to go. They're super powerful both on and off siege maps. So we'll see how they tinker around with them. There's no final solution. They haven't really said how they're going to adjust that, but they have made modifications before. I think the cons units were one of the first ones to kind of get nerfed. Falks right now are super OP, so we'll see what they do. The other thing is forcing PvP on all clans. So right, mic turned off. Sorry about that. So right now, what's going on with all the clans is these clans are player created, and basically there's no way for you to say, hey, I want to be a clan but only PvE. Those are kind of just agreements that are made diplomatically in the server. And what recently just happened is a PvP clan declared war on a bunch of PvE clans in the North American server. So I know there's been a lot of complaints about that and kind of discouraging folks from creating their own clans. So I feel like most of the response has been kind of mixed on this. We'll see what happens. The loot system, right now there's a lot of great items or decent items that you can only get through different looting from defeating different levels of bandits or quests. Nobody really knows exactly how this happens. So they're going to add it into the encyclopedia where like a list of items that you can get from certain enemies. So that's been pretty good. So as you can see, they said, we want to fix all these problems so we can release better updates in the future. And essentially what they said towards the beginning is that it's no big secret. The big update is the castles. Well, guess what? In order to get there, these are some of the things that they want to do before that. So February is going to be a big month of work for the developers, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of months. I've heard some people optimistically say April they expect sieges. I don't necessarily have an opinion or idea of that timeline, but if we can get it in April, that'd be super dope. So stay tuned for that. I'll try to give more updates on Bannerlord Online and even some of the tea that's going on North American server or even Euro server as things arise.